Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a brand new knife from Petrified Fish to share with you guys and gals today. First, I have to say thank you to all my patrons, my channel members, and all the subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you very much for your support. The channel is going places, and I love you all to pieces. This is the honorary, this is going to be the honorary unboxing knife today. It's the Petrified Fish Mini Beluga. And if you haven't checked this one out, I just recently posted one. I opened it, unboxed it, disassembled it, show you what the inside's all about. So you can go check that out. We're going to use the official unboxing knife for all of this cuttery today. Whew, boy, that was tough. Can we do it? Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Now this one is sweet looking. I'm telling you, it comes with some extra black hardware, some blacked out hardware. Comes with the little Petrified Fish cloth. Very nice, very, very nice. And oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. Are you ready for this? The Petrified Fish Zero. This is the last one made and the first one made, or last out, first in of 2022. For Petrified Fish. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? Whoa. I say, whoa, look. Oh my gosh. This looks as cool as it did in the pictures. Would you look at that? So it has G10 on this side, and then this side is titanium alloy. It comes in brown and black titanium alloy, and you can also get copper. And then the other side's the G10. But I'll give you a nice up and closey here, a little bit of texture vision. Can we get in there? There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Texture for days. And it has really, really grippy scales. Man, that is so nice. Very sleek looking. We'll check out the action, ergos, and all that fun stuff. But first, let's do the specs in 60 seconds. Okay, let's get a weight first. I'm gonna go about three and a quarter. It's not very heavy. We're coming in at 3.48. What? There is no way. I don't know where the weight's coming from because it feels super, super light. All right, you ready? Are you set? So your total length from tip to tip is 8.13 inches. You have a drop point blade with 154 cm blade steel, and it is coated. Your total blade length is 3.53 inches. Your sharpened blade length is 3.35 inches. Your blade width 0.91 inches, and your blade stock thickness is 139 thousandths. Your thickness behind the edge pretty much was 13 to 16 thousandths. You have a titanium alloy body with G10 scales. Your closed length from tip to tip is 4.56 inches, and your handle width is 0.98 inches. The handle closed with the blade is 1.09 inches. Your handle thickness is less than a half an inch, 0.45. Your opening methods are going to be a flipper. And what's in the pivot? Well, we're going to find out because we're going to take it apart here in just a minute. And this is a liner lock. All right, let's check the factory edge on some really thin paper here and see what happens. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you what, man. Petrified Fish, they sharpen their knives really well from the factory. How about the fit and finish? Let's take a nice up-closey look here. Ooh, man, that looks pretty nice. That looks pretty nice. Very, very pointy. These run about $78.99. That's what they are in the Petrified Fish website. And I'll give you a little more of that texture vision right there. It has excellent texture. You got grip for days. I'm not sure if this is up on Amazon, but I know you can get it on the Petrified Fish site, and I will always put links in the description. And just in case you didn't already know, I have 10% discount codes to so many places. They're all listed in the description of every video. But this is a very different design. Check that out. Have like this ledge here where the this side it's like just in the middle. And then you have Petrified Fish. There's no guessing who made this knife. I'm not sure about all that billboarding. I don't know why it would look so much better, in my opinion, if it were just blacked out. But I'm not sure if they're going to make different versions of this. And then, so look at that. Nice and clean. Nice and clean all the way across. I'm interested to see what this is going to look like once we get in there. Once we get in there and take it apart. Really nice, clean looking pocket clip. We'll see how that pocket clip does in and out of the pocket. Oh, that's pretty snappy. That's not too bad. So here's a quick look at this side, and look here. 154 cm. Definitely, Petrified Fish is picking up their game with blade steel materials. I'm telling you what, I've got my eye on them big time. And there you have PFE03. Really nice, clean design. There's this side. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Here's this side. And let's do some quick size comparisons. And of course I have to put it up against the QSP Penguin, and it's about exactly equal with the Penguin. And you know what? I'm going to throw some of these up, and you guys know the drill. And if you're new to the channel, you have found your new channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button and hit all the buttons and hit the bells and whistles. Make sure you hit the bell and select all so you get notified of giveaways and all that fun stuff. So here's the QSP Penguin. Everybody has to have a penguin, right? And here is the Petrified Fish Scout. I love the Scout. So now you're getting some ideas. I'm going to run through some really quick here and hope that you have one or two or maybe all of these so you get an idea of the size of this knife. So here is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Delica 4. And here's two more. Here's the Kaiser Land. And here's the Civivi, let me double check, the ST102. So I grabbed some that look like they'd be comparable in size. This is definitely a full-size knife you got going on here, without a doubt. And here's the Artisan Serious. Why so serious? Don't be serious. You know, you don't have to be that serious. Seriously. Here's the Kubi Royal KU321. I have so many knives up here, I can't remember their names. Just kidding. Here's the Civivi Button Lock. This is kind of like my my Safe Queen. This is the only one I don't chop and hack stuff with. And here's the Civivi Brazen. So there you go. All right, it's time for the action. Action. So pretty much you can't pinch. Nope, you can't pinch it out. You have one way to open it, and that's with your flipper. So let's do the push button. Not too bad. It's pretty quick. And oh man, it drops. Do you see that? Do you see it? So once you get to, it's like once it gets to this 3/4 way mark, it just lets go. How about, oh yeah, it'll drop. If you're one of those people that like to chop up your thumbnail, it'll do that all day long. So push button works really well. How about the good old light switch? Nice and fast. And you know what I'm going to tell you right now? Really, really nice pass through. This pass through is awesome. Super easy to you know what? Squirrel, my Carta. We have about a 30% lockup, and how's our centering going? Centering looks really good. Looks really good. Nice strong tip on it. Got to have a strong tip. How about left-handed? Left-handed's good. Nice and droppy. What kind of about the halfway point? You get really nice and droppy. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's check out the detent here. So, you know, that was a pretty light push. I can fail it if I want to, but it doesn't take much pressure at all, and it snaps right out there. How about the ergos? My hand from here to here is 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger, 7.25. How we going? Oh, yeah. Full purchase for days. Plenty of handle left over. So if you have an XL hand, this would fit your hand no problem. Now, am I feeling any hot spots? I am noticing this edge right here, which is kind of hard to tell because of the lighting. But right here is a 90-degree edge. It's very 90-degree-ish, like that. So I'm definitely feeling it. I wouldn't call it a hot spot, and I don't know how heavy you'd be using this knife, but I'm feeling this right here. Now you can see where the titanium alloy edge, I'm trying to get the lighting right for you there. Right there is chamfered all along the edge, so I'm glad they knocked that edge off. There we go. See right there where, yeah. There we go, right up and down the line. That's a nice looking pocket clip, and it was nice and snappy in and out of the pocket. Is it reversible? No, the pocket clip is not reversible. Wah, wah. So if you're a lefty, no lefty love on there. But man, the action is really, really good. It definitely, this is how far you have to go to get past the detent. So the detent goes to about right there. And then once you hit this half spot, it's going to drop for you. So I tell you what. Ergo-wise, it's not bad. It's pretty comfortable. I noticed the squareness of the handle through here. I noticed this. I wish the inside along here was chamfered just like the outside is. That would have made it that much better. But let's go ahead and get inside and take it apart, and we'll come back, see what it's like, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Before we take it apart, I do have to check. Yes, we are rock solid. There is no blade play or lock, no uppy, downy, lefty, or righty. It is rock solid, so we're good on that. Okay, here's a nice quick view of everything I use to disassemble my knives. I have a link to every one of these things in the description. Definitely gets you some KPL knife pivot lube, and these little doodads, you'll see me using these. I love these little things. They can be cleaned off and reused. You get a pack of like 50 of them. But definitely go check that out and get you a Weehaw bit set. Don't get you a cheap set because they will strip. Get this one. You guys, if you're used to my videos, you know the drill, but there's folks here, this is their first time, so I gotta let you know, this right here doubles. It also can be used as a driver. Definitely awesome. I already have my bits out, and you'll need that. You need just something a little like this. You know, this is the little stubby. This is good for getting some torque. All right, let's get into it. This looks like a pretty straightforward design. I'm going to use a T8 right here and then a T6. The bits you already know if you go check out that link. And let's see. Oh, it's coming apart really easy. Very easy. Very, very nice. Very nice. And I can tell you there's probably no Loctite going on. Nope. Don't see any. Very interesting. I like their pivot. I like that. It's just a nice, simple design. The only thing that, you know, it does have some branding going on all along the side there. Ooh, now that. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, just had to give it a little bit of oomph. Keep my screws in line with how I took them out. So there's just 3 screws, and look like it's going to come apart pretty easy. And this is where I got to tell you, in case I forget, you guys know I won't forget. I got to tell you about Friday nights. Beez Blades live at the Hive. All right. Don't forget, Friday nights, 8:15 to 11:15 p.m. Every Friday night, we are live. We have so much fun. And if you're new to the knife community, definitely come and check it out. You can lurk, and then you'll find out that you definitely want to be a part of it. So this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So this is super, super lightweight. And then they have, this whole thing is just inserted. Okay, all right. So the pocket clip is holding this end, and then they have another skew right here holding in this liner for the liner lock. Very interesting. This like weighs nothing at all. That's very interesting. Is that a washer? No, I think it's just, they just have it nice and cleaned off, so it's not going to grab anything. So that's pretty clean. And there you go. Look at that. That looks like ceramic ball bearings to me and a D-shaped pivot. And that's going to meet up with, I don't know. I don't see a D over here. Do you? I'm not sure what that D-shaped pivot is meeting up with to stop it, but I would guess probably this scale. That's what's going to stop it. But there's your pivot. You can see we're going to get a little bit of stuff out of there. We'll get it all cleaned up. And then the back spacer is just kind of free floating once you take this dude off. So this back spacer is just kind of sitting here waiting for that screw from this scale. All right, okay. All right. And this right here, in case you don't know, this is your stop pin. That's where it stops the blade, and that's when it opens. That's where it stops it. And this is going to be your what is that called? I'm doing 2 things at once. That's your detent hole. We're going to put some KPL heavy in that here in just a minute. So both of these were facing outwards, and try to put them back to how you found them. And then I just have a cloth here. This is the cheap microfiber cloth I've cut in a bunch of pieces. I'm going to clean it up. But yeah, you know, it's been awesome. On Friday nights, we've had new people coming to the live streams. Usually we have at least 100, 120, 130. And throughout the night, we'll have over 200 show up. And you don't have to talk. Some people have it playing while they're out working in the garage or while they're making supper. And it is awesome. It's kind of neat when the people from the Western United States, they start coming home and then they pop in and say hi. It is so much fun. So many other knife channels that you guys and gals can check out. They stop in and say hi, and we'll shout them out, and you can go subscribe to them and check out their content. There's so much knife content to be consumed. So I'm just wiping this all off. Hopefully I did that on camera, but I'm just wiping it off with the alcohol. And this is relatively clean, doesn't really need much to it. So there you go. Let me lay it out here so you can see what it looks like. Very, very, very simple design. That's kind of odd how this is, but it'll fit in. So there you go. Let's get it back together. Back together. Here's the KPL original, and I'm going to use this swab because I'm a little heavy-handed with the dropper. So I'm just going to put a little bit, and that's too much. I put too much on the swab, see? I get to talking and I forget what I'm doing. I'm very easily distracted. It's kind of the joke in the live streams. People will dial me back in. They're like, okay, micarta. Instead of squirrel, we tend to say micarta. And it's something else that's kind of funny. It's actually really cool. People are reminding me, Beez, blink, because I wear contacts. And sometimes I am so engrossed in reading the chat then I'll forget to blink and my eyes dry out and I'll have to use eye drops. It's hilarious. People will say, Beez, blink. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. Now you see how this is kind of, it has an indentation there? The open side, I'm going to put in here. And just so we all know, just so I'm double checking, I'm going to use this magnet and check. And nope, if it was steel, it would stick. So it's definitely ceramic ball bearings. And something else we can check while I have the old magnet out here is, so nothing's happening on this pocket clip. I'm getting a little bit, just a tad bit of reactivity. Just a little bit. And the scale, nothing. It's not sticking to the scale at all. So there you go. There's your titanium alloy. So wow, this is a very, very simple design. And I'm just going to leave all that extra. Don't put too much pivot lube on your knife. Am I doing it upside down? I can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, here we go. I'm cracking myself up. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm ready for dinner. Now what I'm going to do is put 1 drop of KPL heavy. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. And I need to clean some of that off. Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. A little too much. I'm going to put 1 drop of KPL right here. Right inside there. Without being too heavy-handed with it. And then I'm going to use another little doodad. See, I like my little doodads here. And just follow this around in the path that it's going to go. There we go. That's better. Now we're not too crazy. It's easy to be heavy-handed with that KPL. And, you know, everything in moderation. You don't need too much. So I'm putting this back up. And I didn't put any on the other side there. I usually go ahead and do this to both of them. Just to make sure that there's a little bit of lube on all of them. They don't even have to have it. But hey, it makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. So yeah, let's see if she goes back together all nice and clean here. It's going to be different getting this lined up. But I'm thinking we'll be able to do that once we... You notice I stopped talking when I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. All right, let's do this. All right, it's lining up. So this back here is just wanting to float around on me while I'm putting it together. It's so different, but I think we're gonna be good. Let's see. The petrified fish is crooked, so you guys can watch me struggle here. Let me take this back off. You can watch me struggle and put this. So nothing is stopping this pivot from spinning. So I'm having to line it up on my own. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it's free spinning, which is kind of odd. I don't know what is stopping it. Maybe you'll catch it and you could say, hey, Beez, dude, you weren't paying attention. But nothing's stopping it from spinning that I can see. There's no D shape anywhere. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to get that pivot started just so it doesn't flop around like a fish on me. Trying to do this at a awkward angle. I'm just getting it started, just to kind of hold it in place for me. And then I can get the back lined up and this back spacer lined up. That is definitely different. You can watch me struggle so you won't have to. All right, so this petrified fish part right here, I'm going to have to hold it because this screw back here is going to meet inside and hold that little piece. So definitely different. You know, I usually somehow end up at around 23 minutes on the disassemblies, but this one here might take a couple extra because I'm having to actually pay attention, which is good. You know, they all of them can't be that easy, but you know what? This one really is. And now that you've seen someone else take it apart and put it back together, hopefully it'll be that much easier for you. Everything's coming in line. I'm going to put this bad boy in here. So before we wrap it up, definitely make sure you show up to the live streams because we have so much fun. So I'm not tightening these down all the way. I normally don't until after I've got the pivot tightened. I've just got them just started. So let's see. Are we solid? Could use a little tad more. Just a tad. Let's see. Yep, a little bit more. You don't want any blade rocking. Don't want it rocking. All right, that's pretty good. Let's see what our centering. Nope, we're not centered. So I'm going to back out here just a tad. Tighten this up a little bit. Stuff falling all over the place. Yeah, I need it tightened up. Now how are we? Feeling better. Make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And we're not centered quite yet. Almost. You know what? I think that is about centered, but I felt a little bit of movement. Let's go ahead and tighten up the back. Yeah, maybe next time I should do this after dinner. So there we go. This was way too loose. I didn't have that tightened down enough, but I think that's going to make all the difference we needed. Yeah, there we go. So how's our centering? It's not centered. Got to tighten it up a little bit more. But I'm glad you're watching because almost every one of mine have just gone together so easily. So the centering looks good. Yeah, let's go to the big screen. And we're back. All right, some final thoughts here. We're definitely good and centered. The action is nice and smooth. I don't know that the action changed or improved any. It was already pretty clean. But a couple things I noticed, you definitely have some room before you get to the plunge grind for sharpening. You got to put a piece of tape there or something when you're sharpening so you don't get a smile. But it's a very attractive knife. On this side, I really like the looks of that. And on this side, I would say I would like it that much more if it was just black. Imagine what it would look like without the branding. That looks really nice without the branding. I would say do away with that. It's a little different. It's very slender. I would say it's not a heavy duty user, but it's strong. You can see it has a nice strong tip. You got to have a strong tip, but the ergos are good. There's no hot spots other than I can feel this right here, just because it's slender and it's 90 degrees on the inside. So I wouldn't call it a hot spot, but I would. Kind of back and forth on that. It's comfortable. You have a little bit of jimping right here. Whoa, there we go. You have a little bit of jimping up top. I wouldn't mind if the jimping went out a little bit further, but it's not too bad. Not that hateful. It's going to be it's going to be a package opener, and it's going to be easy. You can do some utility cutting with this all day long. Nice neutral handles. Just that issue right there is just something to know about. But other than that, it's a pretty cool knife. It's very different. I like the looks of it. It's very sleek. I like the looks of it on this side that much better. So let me know what you think about it. This is a brand new release, and I'm curious. Do you like it? What do you think? Give me some opinions. And if you don't have an opinion about the knife, you already know. Tell me what you had for breakfast. Just say hello. I really appreciate interacting with all you, and you are supporting Beez Blades when you just make a comment and when you hit the like button. I really appreciate it. So remember to live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.